All right, so we're going to look at multiplying and dividing by powers of 10. And so with this first example, we've got 6 and 32 hundredths times 10 to the second power. So remember, 10 to the second power means 10 times 10, which we know that's the same thing as 100. So we're actually multiplying 6 and 32 hundredths times 100. And we're going to start out by placing it on a place value chart. So I'm going to just write 6 and 32 hundredths on this chart. So I put the 6 in the ones place, the 3 in the tenths place, and then the 2 in the hundredths place. Now, when we're multiplying, we know by a power of 10 that our answer is going to get bigger. And to do that, it's going to shift on the place value chart to the left. So we know when we're moving to the left, our numbers get bigger. And because it's to the second power, you can also think about, because it has the 2 zeros, we're going to move it 2 places to the left. So I'm going to start out by moving the 6 over 2 places. So that puts the 6 here in the hundredths place. It went from the ones to the hundredths place. And then everything else is going to follow in behind it. So if I have 6 and 32 hundredths times 10 to the second power, then I end up with, now I've got 632. So we're going to try another one like this. So for this one, we're going to keep the same digits, but we'll say we're going to multiply by 10 to the third power. So I'm going to start out with the same number. So 6 and 32 hundredths, but now we're multiplying it by 10 to the third power, which we know that's 10 times 10 times 10, which is going to be 1,000. So we have to shift it 3 places. So when I do that, I'm going to go ahead and extend my place value chart to the thousands. And so now instead of going over 2, I'm going over 1, 2, 3. So that puts the 6 here. That places a 3 here, a 2 here. And because we don't have anything to move over to the ones place, we do need to fill that spot. So we're going to place a 0 in the ones place. So if you've moved everything over and you have empty spots, then you're going to put a 0 there. So that means 6 and 32 hundredths times 10 to the third power is going to be 6,320. So now we're going to look at a division example. So we do division in the same way, except for one difference. Since we're dividing by a power of 10, we know our answer is going to get smaller. So instead of shifting to the left, making it bigger, we're going to shift to the right. So we know when we move to the right, it's 1/10 as much. So we'll still use the same number to start out with, but we're going to do divided by, and this time it's going to be 10 to the second power. So if we're dividing by 10 to the second power, I'm going to go ahead and extend my place value chart. And I know next it would be 10 thousandths. So what I've got here, since I'm starting out with the division problem now, instead of moving to the left, I move to the right, making it 1/10 each place value. So this is divided by 10 to the second power, so it's like dividing by 100. So we have 2 zeros, so we move it 2 places. So I'm going to start at the back this time, and then everything will just follow in behind it. So I move it over 2 places, move everything over. Just like before, I've got an empty spot in the tenths place, so I'm going to put a 0 here. Now, you could also put a 0 in the whole number spot to show that now we don't have a whole number. And then I'm just going to rewrite this. So I've got 0 ones, 0 tenths, 6 hundredths, 3 thousandths, and then 2 10 thousandths. So whenever I divide by 10 to the second power, I did expect it to get smaller, and that's what happened. Now I've got 632 10 thousandths. So we're going to do some more practice with this on your form. If you have any questions, let me know.